Hey guys, and welcome back to another Conan Exiles video. Today we are building a port and we're in the southern desert just across the road from last week's supply store build. I said I wanted to flesh this area out a little as sort of a trading hub, and whilst I get used to some of the mods I'm using in these videos, I think doing a small project in this area will be a great way for both me and you to learn a little bit more about what these mods offer. As with the last video, I'm using the Immerse RP and building Decor, Deco and Placeables and the Age of Calamitous mods. Links to all these mods are again in the description below. The port will aim to serve as a landing area for medium and small travelling vessels through the nearby large river, with an attached customs office for screening incoming goods and peoples to ensure that pirates can't just stroll in and either ransack the area or pass on stolen goods. So without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, we'll start with the actual port. All of these dock pieces are from the Immerse RP and building Decor mod. I'm going to make the port with 3 distinct outreaching piers, with one having 3 tiles of water between it and the other having 2. This is designed to create 2 entry areas for smaller and slightly larger vessels, and allowing the launching of those larger vessels from the larger section. However, if you would prefer the space between to be symmetrical, you could easily extend the smaller pier out one more tile to match the larger one. The edges of the piers are lined with rope fencing from the dock pieces, with a unfenced slot at the edge of each pillar that faces inwards towards the opening of the dock. I place ladders on these openings to allow sailors to climb from their boat or the water into the dock. I also then created a pathway upwards using dock stairs, and this pathway would then connect to the customs office which I would build next. Now for the customs office. Starting with the base plate, I created the shape shown on the blueprint, using regular stone square and wedge foundations. I also placed one raised foundation in the bottom right corner of the build, which would allow access via stairs to the front of the customs office, which then leads to a small terrace area that provides access to the nearby road. Next, the walls. I constructed walls 2 tiles high around the entirety of the build, excluding of course the terrace, using the window pieces from the Immerse RP mod fairly generously to encourage natural light within the build. I separated the different rooms in the build according to the blueprint, creating the front desk using fence walls and a single exchange window. I also separated the break room from the front desk using insulated wooden interior walls, again from the same mod, which have the usual inside face texture of insulated wooden walls but on both sides, which allows for a bit more symmetry and flow within the wall textures of the build. Next for the roof. Over the main body of the customs office, I created a standard peaked apex roof using tiled roof pieces and wooden sloped sides. Over the small wedge doorway that provides port access, wasn't really much I could do here unfortunately, so I just created the ceiling using simple wedge, ceilings. And for the break room, I created a smaller flat apex roof with a wall cap and rooftop pieces atop said flat apex. Just after placing down the roof, I realised I had a small problem with the dock pieces. Until now they'd been surprisingly easy to use, however there is one small issue. Dock pieces actually sit very high compared to most ceilings, especially when compared against foundations. This means that if you're trying to run a dock piece directly into a foundation, there is a very slight drop. When you have a doorway between the drop however, this means you can't get through it without crouching. Therefore, I removed the dock pieces at the top of the stairs and replaced it with stone foundations to ensure smooth passage into the office. Finally, when the shell of the build was done, it was then time to of course furnish. Sailing in from the sea, access from the dock is nice and easy. The dock is decorated nicely with a few smaller boats, along with a fishing boat on the shore and a few standing torches to keep the dock well lit. Inside the customs office we have a basic waiting area for the occasional busy times. This includes a few old chairs and some benches, and of course some reading material on a nearby table. Approaching the front desk, there are two regular attendants that will process incoming peoples and goods, along with another attendant that handles goods taxation and such, hence the exchange window providing a little bit of extra security. Behind the desk is very detailed, including maps, books and various notes on different visitors to the hub and their purposes and trade. The break room is nice and simple, with room to sit and have some food with colleagues on breaks. The break room also includes something I've never ever had in a video before: a toilet! It surprises me that items like this aren't actually in the base game, so it's nice that they're included in the Immerse RP mod. Heading out of the office and onto the terrace, there's nothing fancy here really, just an easy path down to the road providing access to the general store and perhaps some more places in the future. And there we have it, a port in the southern desert on the bank of a large river. Thanks for watching. This was a nice easy build that helped me learn a little bit more about what the mods I'm using have to offer, and hopefully have done the same for you. A port is something I've always wanted to build in Conan, and these mods make it so much easier to make something like this viable. If you've enjoyed this video, let me know by leaving a like, and if you have any suggestions for either our Wednesday mod builds or our Sunday vanilla builds, feel free to let me know in the comments. We are almost full on suggestions for June, but there is always room for more, so feel free to request pretty much whatever you want. Don't forget to join the fun on our Discord to chat with me and other fans of the channel, and also check out the channel whilst you're there. That we are growing nicely, and I'm posting regularly, so if you like the videos you see, there are plenty more to come. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to be the first to see the next video, and join us on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.